Hey guys, this is Wellington from the Jump to Start Racing crew. Before we start, I want to make sure to tell you to destroy that like button and to make sure to hit subscribe to be up to date with our episodes and clips. Please make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Our handle on both platforms is at JumpTheStartF1. See you there.
More specialized.
So pretty much going into history now, so pretty much we got to know that this is where F1 pretty much started, and this is where
It's the first F1 race ever.
Yep. So it was.
1950.
No, I mean you got the question right earlier. Yeah.
Mhm.
So pretty much, he hosted the first F1 in 1950 and has since staged the British Grand Prix more than 53 times. Believe it or not.
Wow.
It was built on a World War II airfield site, whatever, Silverstone. He first did a Grand Prix there, British Grand Prix, but it was in F1 in 1948. And supposedly that race attracted it was reported 100,000 spectators. And 2 years later, it became F1. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's only British Grand Prix has only been held in 3 venues throughout the whole, I guess, country,
Yeah.
and it's been,
Silverstone. Where else?
Brands Hatch.
there you go. And
Donington?
no, it was it's called Aintree,
Oh, okay.
the other one.
I think Donington, they used to do the European Grand Prix there, if I'm not
They did it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Senna
What's
won
up,
that.
baby?
Senna won that. It was a Sonic the Hedgehog.
By the way,
What's up?
if you guys ever you want to watch probably the greatest beginning of a race watch Senna at Donington. That was insane. I think he I don't know what position he started, but he went through the field and was by I think the second lap he was in first already. It was insane.
So yeah, like for example, if you start focusing on things that's happening in this track, especially and stuff like that, there's endless amount of stuff. That, I would say the most you could say the highlighted one was last year. Lewis winning in 3 wheels.
Forgot about that.
That was insane though. That was crazy.
Also, this we have to say this is one of the historic track on the calendar. Next to is Monza, then Spa is also as well in that list, and Monaco, obviously. Most win by constructors, Ferrari with 16, followed by McLaren with 14, and Williams with 10. Most win by drivers, Hamilton with 7. Then Jim Clark and Alain Prost have tied for 5 apiece. Most win by engine manufacturer, Ferrari with 17.
What's up, baby?
And followed by Ford with 14. But
Ford versus Ferrari.
Boom.
supposedly, I read something. It was built by Cosworth, but it was funded by Ford.
Yeah, that Cosworth engine was quite popular back in the day with a lot of F1 teams. But it was one of the best ever F1 engines that Cosworth.
Nice. I think that they still sell those engines to them. They use it in other series as well. I think they use it somehow in drifting and stuff like that because the engine is known to take damage.
Right. But that engine, that Cosworth engine, was built in, I think it was a technical partnership with Ford also.
Yeah.
But it's one it was an engine used by a lot of constructors.
Last year's pole was Lewis Hamilton. The podium was Hamilton, Verstappen, and Leclerc.
What's up, babe?
3 wheels.
There you go.
Bottas punctured out, I think.
Yeah, Bottas punched and he ended up he had to pit and then do.
And he got stuck. He
was running really well that race too.
Yeah.
It was a Mercedes 1-2 until all that stuff happened. So
the Ferrari for 2017 video was pretty cool to watch.
Yes.
Well, I think also there was was it Leclerc when it was in 2018? I think Leclerc had a really good race there, and he was fighting. Was it Verstappen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really fun race.
Yeah. That was the one where he came back to push Verstappen out. Remember, he got pushed out in Austria?
Yes.
And then he pushed Verstappen out. Wow, we're nerds. Anyway, predictions. Let's kind of change things up a little bit. Who wins the sprint race?
Hamilton.
Max.
I'm going Max is going to win the sprint race. Next 2 winners. I think it's Max.
On Tato's comment.
Max, Hamilton, and Checo.
Max Hamilton.
Yeah.
So
I say Max, Checo, and Hamilton.
Max, not Checo. I say Bottas.
really, I have no faith.
Me either. I want like passive
It's
energy.
crazy.
This guy.
We just talked about how well he was running last year, and we just have no faith in him. So he has to qualify well and then do the sprint race well. We know that if he doesn't qualify well, he's just going to get absorbed into the pack. He doesn't have good start.
He doesn't know how to fight.
It's going to be a problem for him. I think it's going to be a problem for Mercedes.
But Bottas
If
is
he
a
goes
very
down that
good.
route, by the way.
Bottas is a very good momentum driver. Meaning, once he gains momentum, he gets a few good races under him. He keeps the flow going. And he doesn't beat Hamilton, but he keeps the flow going. I think he's going to keep the flow.
I think this track is the track that's probably maybe changed the curve for Mercedes. I hope it is.
Well, that's what Toto Wolff said. So I'm going to bring up the track map on the screen. You guys won't be able to see it, but it's a lot of straights. It's high speed corners, high speed corners. It's very flowy, as Yhancy likes to say. I don't know. I think it's going to be a fun sprint race in and of itself. I don't think it's going to be a train like Lewis Hamilton said. I think that this is a perfect track to debut it in.
I think there's a reason why they want to debut it at this track. No, I don't think it's going to be. This is a track that you can overtake.
Yes.
And if you are driving that car, like I like to say, balls to the walls.
Pedal to the metal?
Pedal to the metal, whatever you want to call it. I mean, meaning that you're driving that car with no limitations. I think you can get overtaking. I think you can get fun racing. We've seen it before, and especially when you have a 17-lap sprint race, I think you're gonna get good racing, and you're gonna have an exciting. So it's gonna be an exciting event for all of us fans to watch.
So for
it could go completely wrong, but I think it's gonna be fun.
Do you guys see Lando do anything after those 4 people?
It doesn't matter.
I know, but
It's just qualifying after that. I don't know. I don't think it matters.
I don't know how good. I mean, McLaren hasn't really shown that they're. I mean, they're quick in fast tracks, but they're not like beyond quick. Like
Gotcha.
So far
they've been qualifying well.
Yeah, but they're not
so
like.
that might help them in the.
It's
sprint.
very close between them and Ferrari. Obviously, they're faster in a straight, but I mean, as far as the corners are concerned, I think Ferrari probably has their aero tuned better as far as going through the corners. So I don't think there's gonna be that much of a difference as far as when we're talking about the midfield.
I think that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go
No, I think that if there's a dark horse in this race, in this sprint race, it'll be Charles Leclerc, who we know is an aggressive driver. I don't even. Yeah, I guess aggressive is the right term.
Yeah.
I was gonna say assertive, but assertive implies that you're more careful than an aggressive driver. But I think aggressive is. I think that he is the one that can pull off the moves that we dream about, I guess. So,
yeah, but he's also gone wrong with pulling. So it's like it's a hit or miss because we don't. Obviously, he goes for it. We're not gonna see something like we would see something like that out of Max, but I think Max is gonna be at the front. So and then Hamilton is more of like a careful driver, especially if he's fighting for the championship. So the excitement will be probably Lando versus Leclerc once again.
So the race itself, what do you guys think as far as podium finishers? I don't think that Mercedes has enough to catch the Red Bulls. We just came off of a fast, flowy track in Austria, and now we're going to another one in Great Britain.
I'm gonna go the positive route like Ruben. I think Hamilton wins, Max second, and I say Bottas third.
I think Max Ham Bottas.
Yeah.
You?
It'll be that way. Hamilton winning, Max, Bottas, and then Checo, Lando. Regardless of whatever you say about Leclerc.
Okay. All right. So anything else, guys?
No, sprint race. Let's get excited about it. We got to get excited about this because this is going to be something different. I think it'll work out. Should have been maybe a little shorter race, but I think we're gonna.
If it goes well this weekend, we should see more of it.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping it goes well.
And we're gonna have must-see events on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, because most of the time Friday, sometimes we don't even watch.
Yeah, man.
Like, oh yeah, it happened. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to get F1 TV again to be able to watch.